So anyway, as we were talking about,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,
the R34
proudly
guy
presents the most unwatched video series on YouTube, Mustang, One Leg Brian, Mustang Mike, we are Pints and Pistons! Woo! And no one saw us.
You said we were the most unwatched. Totally accurate.
Hi guys!
hello.
I've really always wanted to do that, so.
It took me about 2 years to muster it up.
Yeah.
I'm-
2, 4.
I'm glad you did it.
We're
Oh,
coming up
a
on
long
4.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're coming up on 4.
There's a lot of episodes.
Yeah. Not 2. 2 was
81, 81
2 years
tonight.
ago.
81.
81.
And he's been waiting about 78 episodes to do that.
Shit, are we gonna hit 100 before our 4-year mark or no? No.
I don't want to do the math.
August.
40,
August is
it'll be 40 weeks.
August is our.
Yeah, it'll be
4 years.
It'll be 40.
Well, I know we're
Yeah.
gonna double up by next week, guys. Yeah, to try to get back into rotation. We're gonna be doing one next week, so next week will be 82. So
It'll be
we might be 90-ish.
30.
I mean, if anything, we could kind of do some like kind of small
Yeah, that'd be-
episodes
yeah,
and
that would
kind of
take
make
us-
it. Because trust me, if we could do a 4-year plus 100 episode thing, that awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
watched that either. Yeah.
Exactly, but still,
No,
it'd
it'd
be
be
fun
36
for
weeks.
us.
No, it'd be, if we have 18 left to go, it'd be 30 after next week. It'd be 36 weeks to finish off and get to 100.
So beer.
I'm not pregnant.
You know what?
Ah,
We didn't get him pregnant, Brian. So
Yay! So I saw a
that's
couple of
water.
I had a couple of interesting car spots on the way here. Stuff I hadn't seen in forever.
I'm not a puppy. Don't squirt me.
Well, I take that back. I mean, there's one of the vehicles is not this particular one, but I had seen others of the type.
I've also had quite a few car spots, but
But
on the way here, though, like,
4-door Acura Legend.
Yo, I saw
Old
that
black
one.
one.
Yes,
Black one,
Oh,
old school.
I
old
saw it on my
school-
way home from work.
oh,
Old school Acura Legend.
Saw
And-
it on my way home
and
from work.
literally 50 yards behind it, an Isuzu V-Cross, also black.
Yeah,
Super
was
clean.
it the
Like Rhino
there's a
Line one?
Rhino Liner
No,
one?
this was like a stock one.
No,
Okay.
there's a Rhino Liner
I know the
one
Rhino
running,
Line one.
No,
running
this was
around
stock black.
I've
Homosassa.
seen that
Awesome.
one. Damn.
So,
No, both of those within the same distance as fucking.
yes.
Like, you're sure a black. You know, that's what happened.
Well,
A-
before
a
we,
galaxy exploded somewhere.
Before we continue, this is
Yes.
one that me and Brian have actually seen for the last couple times, and we both have said, we'll get it, and then we haven't. There's no description on it. All we know is from Coppertail Brewing,
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good start.
and it is just Florida Special. It is
Yeah,
a
that's what
genuine
it was.
Florida independent craft lager draft. With the
That's-
wonderful things of the old,
Yeah, it's got the old school Tampa Bay Bucks logo, 1976 to
but
1996.
that's literally it. Nothing,
3.8%.
nothing else on the
Coppertail
box.
Brewing.
Something from Coppertail that's like not like
3.8%.
6%.
25 years later, there's nothing like the original proud partners of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1976 to 1996.
And Coppertail Brewing and
It just looked cool. It's a regular beer.
Yeah,
beer.
Yeah, look, it is. It's
And-
like a fucking like a Busch Light or something, like an Natty Light. Look, it's just a regular. Look, you can
Yeah,
just go.
regular beer.
I
Yeah,
think no,
cool.
it's got a little more.
It's got a little more like
Little-
color to it.
It's got a little more color than Coors Light that we're currently enjoying or Natty Light.
Fair enough. It's more bubbly too.
And by the way, I did.
Oh,
smells
I was
really
gonna say,
good.
smell that.
The 12-pack of Natter Days in there too.
24
Smell that.
ABC also has the.
Not wear it.
It's not.
Hey,
It's not.
I'm a child of the 80s, all right?
This is not
You shove your
narcotics.
nose underneath the water.
No, just, always getting white stuff on your nose.
So I like the way it smells.
Not only that,
It smells
ABC
amazing.
also has the pineapple Natterdays.
Pineapple Natter Days?
It came out last year.
I never
It's actually
saw
really good.
that.
You've had one. I know you've had one.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think I have,
an
'cause
annual.
I'm not a big pineapple fan.
It's good.
All right. Well, anyway, gentlemen.
Where?
Oh, God damn, it actually smells really good.
I was going to gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh.
Cheers,
guys.
Spray you again with the
Cheers.
fucking spray bottle.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's
Wait a minute.
what's that back end flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee
just got me.
pineapple.
That's almost like an IPA finish, but
Yeah.
without the bitter.
Yeah. There's that fruit flavor on the back of it.
Yeah, kind of like pineapple, which is kind of like hops.
That's really good.
I like this.
That's really good,
And
actually.
3.8%. This is a perfect drinking 12-pack while you're cutting a lawn for you.
Absolutely a Florida beer.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the Florida special, and not Florida special like meth and heroin, like
But the thing is
us,
this
Florida special.
This is totally out of the
I don't know if that's a
wheelhouse.
compliment for the beer or not.
I don't know either.
No, this is totally out of the wheelhouse of Coppertail because Coppertail is like lightest that they have is like a 6.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's weird.
Like,
Yeah, and they do the super like
and
clovey
but
flavor
they're
beers.
good. They're good, like the Independence.
I love
and
Coppertail.
Unholy-
Free Dive and
Unholy.
Unholy.
That's great.
Free Dive is the
Yeah,
other.
Free Dive, like they're
We've had all of them,
amazing. They're higher up there, but
That's fucking
this is
good.
something that even though it's not as complex,
I'd love
it
to
still has a really good flavor.
I'd love to
it.
see this fully commercialized, like you would getting a 24-pack of Yingling.
You
or
know, I
something.
really wish Google Docs had a way that you could just find a single word in your list. It'd be a lot easier to sort through.
Yeah, no control
Oh, I
left
love
on
it.
there.
Right,
so
it's
yeah.
actually on draft.
So,
Mm.
yeah, we've had the Unholy Triple.
Yeah, Unholy Triple, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I
that
actually
was-
have 1 or 2 of them still left in the fucking fridge.
That's been a while. That's
Well, no, I've gotten a couple times.
I get Unholy almost like I get at least once a month. I get a 6-pack of Unholy.
Independence, I love just the
yeah,
fucking
we had
artwork of Independence.
actually I think my favorite though from him was the Night Swim Porter.
Yes, oh,
That
that
was
was so
fucking
good.
great.
But yeah, no, we've never had anything bad from Coppertail. Like everything we've ever had for them, we've absolutely loved. And this, like again, this is something that
That's
I would
really
put
good.
up there. Like
It's not. It doesn't quite taste like a lager, but like I'm okay with that. It's just like
I would.
It's
love
got
that
a lot
if
of
a bar
flavor.
carried this on draft.
Oh, I'd
I
be
would
opening drink every
Yeah.
time. Every time that'd be the opening drink.
Oh yeah, Pine Street mug of this shit.
Oh, fucking amazing!
Fantastic.
Amazing.
On the back porch during the summer,
Oh, amazing.
With the fans
or on the front on the
With the
street.
fans going, of course. As long as there's some breeze going, we're good.
Well, this week we reached a high of 90, and Sunday it'll be 29. So.
Yeah, welcome to Florida.
I just also want to say a wonderful parting prayer for my carport.
Yeah. Mike's carport took a spill. We had some harsh weather the other night.
Yeah, things got a little
And
bit
the
spicy
thing
here.
was, it wasn't even like the time where it took off out of the yard because of the wind.
Well,
It just
a
like
water weight
imploded.
pulled- water
This
weight pulled it in.
was, I have no idea because we lost power for 3 hours. The last thing on the Ring doorbell at 10:38, it was there. You could tell it was kind of bowed up with the weather. At almost 1 o'clock, it was caved in when the power kicked back on. So
Right.
what I'm expecting is, but during then we had some of the we've lived in this house for 6 years. I have never heard it rain, even during.
Oh,
the
no, that was brutal.
hurricanes.
Oh yeah,
I
that was.
have never heard it rain that hard before.
Oh yeah, it was spicy.
And so what I'm thinking, and I mean, it got nasty. The lightning was hitting right around.
Probably a
like,
combination of
close.
wind and rain.
And then
Yeah.
also we were having fucking flashes from power lines close on the road. So
That's
what,
probably why they came out here and trimmed the trees.
yeah,
out
what
front.
I really think was maybe just the way the wind went, it might have folded up like the one corner side and just collected with the amount that came down, and it just, but it's one of those, it didn't just pull it apart. It fully snapped,
Mm-hmm.
split the metal down the middle, twisted it.
But
it-
luckily,
it's
it did
done.
not hurt the 86.
Yes.
But when I went to work in the morning, it was still downpouring and pitch black. I had no idea. All I could see was it was laying on the car, and I'm like, I have no idea. I was just hoping
Yeah,
it did.
it's
Like
got some carbonation going on.
Yeah.
I told Sabrina, I'm like, my thing is, I don't care if it scratched the paint. I don't care if it dented anything. I just wanted to make sure that that pole didn't go through the windshield.
Yes.
Like the other shit, I can fix. I can replace the hood, stuff like that. I can replace the windshield, but not when it's full of water.
Yeah.
Like, so that was my biggest.
Duct tape would be your friend for sure.
Yeah, but that was my biggest concern, and luckily, the pole actually snapped about 6 inches above the windshield, and
Jeez.
Yeah, it didn't. So it is now taken apart, laying in the yard, and yeah, so yeah, very very sad with that. But now I know. Get a better one.
Yeah, so we've only had 2 of the copper tails on here. The other copper
But
tails
we've
are
had
just ones
yeah,
we've had.
I was gonna say, I know I've had free dive before.
But that was the thing. Going through here, the names of some of the stuff that we come up with, like the one brew that we had a little while ago, Ravenous Pig.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love
just some
the
of the
name.
names of this shit is just amazing. But actually going through the list, it's like okay, yeah, like let's go. Just randomly stop. Left-hand nitro milk stop. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh god, and that hard pour on it, it makes you like question your beer pouring ability because it's like open it, turn it completely upside down, and let it go plop 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 plop. And I'm like,
And you're freaking out as you're doing it, and then it comes out fine. And
yeah, I'm like, this is
It-
everything against what I know.
It just
from
comes up
pouring
to
a
the
beer.
glass, and the whole thing cascades like crazy, and then it all just builds up and
And
has a
it
nice
ends
head
up
on
perfect
it.
Yep.
right there, and I'm like, if I did that with
And-
even like a 10-ounce Coors Light, the thing would bubble
Everywhere.
over everywhere and all
And-
that.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh
God, it
my
was fucking
god,
good.
was it good?
Yo, I have one of their the peanut butter milk stouts, and
81 base, slow Irish red.
Oh,
Mm.
good. That was good too.
Oh, you know what's perfect about doing next week?
Y'all having too
It's the
much
day
fun
after
in
St.
there.
Patrick's Day.
Brew bus rolling dirty.
Well, we have to do like a St. Patrick's Day episode next Friday.
I know. Well,
'Cause
this
St.
is
Patrick's
kind of
Day is
free
Thursday.
one, which is why I'm wearing my wonderful Celtic Conundrum shirt.
see
If
that.
y'all are local, come out tomorrow night to downtown Memphis.
Lost Coast Tangerine Week.
Oh god.
Fucking summer in a glass right there.
Are they going to be there tomorrow night?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to things.
We have
Obviously.
invited you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that. Thank you. I'll be there.
7 to 10.
Yeah.
Pine Street.
I should be out there. Might just be me because
Fucking better.
probably Paige got kids. She got. I mean, they're mine too, but she got kids. She got a.
Hey, Paige, I know you're watching. Dan, you want to rephrase that?
Paige, can you watch her kids tomorrow night? Love you. Oh shit! It better not be her. It's not.
I would die.
I was like, we are about to witness an execution by phone.
No, I want to come out and see Sandy and Jean and Dan.
Oh, hey, the new guy's Brian.
Yeah.
Yep,
He's got 2 legs, amateur.
he does.
What is he play? He plays
The bungalows.
the bongo. Ooh.
Like a chimpanzee.
Like a chimpanzee.
And then there's stuff that's just kind of funny, like the episode we did from the shop, the Hornell Brewing Company, the original Crazy Stallion.
Oh god, that fucking malt.
That stuff was ghetto as
That
fuck.
was properly awful.
The amount of dust that was on the cans when we got it from the thing. Oh, we just got it in. Really? What, 8
From
years
where?
ago? The expiration date on it was 3 years beforehand, and I didn't realize that till we poured it. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. All right.
Might as well send it.
Hey. Proof Brewing's Mango Whip at the end.
Oh.
That's the most
Oh.
mangoiest mango of mango beer.
Yo,
there was.
Blue Moon has a new mango IPA right now.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it Publix.
I can't have it because
It's
Blue
Blue
Moon,
Moon.
2 Blue Moons, and I want to stab them on the fucking
Even though I'm not a soda person, I kind of want to try the fucking hard Mountain Dew.
Which flavor do you want?
They have a multi-pack, don't they? Oh wait, do you have one?
Hey, wait a minute, Mike. Sierra Nevada's Narwhal Imperial Stout.
Okay.
No. I'm not. I don't want to drink one right now.
Well, you can take one home with you.
I'm going to.
Hey, let's go ahead and add this one to the list. Since I have the list open this time, since it
Might as well. This shit's pretty good though. Like really good.
So what's
hold on. This is the best flavor. This is black cherry. Okay, y'all have to try it.
Oh,
I'm down.
okay.
It's good. It's
Where do you find it at?
ABC and Inverness.
Okay.
Try it. It is not a seltzer. It is Mountain Dew.
What's the sweetener in it?
Hold on.
It is aspartame. Take just a tiny sip.
If I get a headache, I'm coming back here and
It-
putting my foot firmly up your ass.
It's okay. But black cherry's the best. Baja Blast is the second best. Regular Mountain Dew is the third. Don't drink water.
I don't like watermelon anyway.
Yeah, it's
This is the
horrible.
one I was most excited about, actually.
You're welcome. You just had a soda. Well, Brian, you're welcome.
But-
You just had a diet soda.
But it doesn't taste like alcohol.
You just had a diet soda.
Definitely fruity.
It doesn't taste like
There's
alcohol.
no-
It tastes like black cherry Mountain Dew.
Just tastes like black cherry, zero sugar Mountain Dew.
Oh, there's the aspartame bitter.
But besides that,
Yeah.
besides that, but besides that,
It's like a liquid fucking hairball.
but besides that, there is absolutely nothing with it.
Thank you, Mountain Dew.
Put some fucking sugar in it.
Dude, it tastes like a fucking Mountain Dew Kickstart. Like, because it's juicy.
But you don't, yeah.
And I can't taste the
So
alcohol at all.
I don't taste the alcohol, and I didn't taste anything, but now all I got is fucking aspartame.
Wash it down with some Florida Special, man.
Hey, I've been
Ah,
thinking
cool,
about
yes.
taking that and putting it through a margarita maker, making it into a slushy.
You can fucking sell those.
I know, I'm a mad genius sometimes.
I salute you, Coors Light, for getting the aspartame liquid hairball out back on my throat. Now I can properly go back to enjoying my Florida Special.
Anyway,
Quite
we
good.
have some topic.
What was your car spotting?
Oh, my car spotting was...
Oh, I actually have one for today too. What were you? Don't fall.
I saw a Subaru Loyal
No shit.
with roof racks on it and a canoe on the top, and it was lifted in baby blue with mud flaps.
Where did you see this
On
specimen
that 44 by Turkey.
Really?
Heading towards Crystal River. Yeah, buddy.
I got two spots. One's actually from well, we would have had last week, so I would have mentioned it on there. That was a first generation 300C
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
convertible
Yeah!
V6, all the chrome, convertible.
Yeah, custom convertible job or whatever.
Not even like the
That's
newer,
interesting.
nicer ones. Like, trust me, I've seen at least 4 or 5 times in the past month just in the county. Like the Challenger one,
convertibles, yeah.
which actually look
I like
really
the Challenger
good, which are-
convertibles.
They look
They're cleanly done. I wish they would actually do that from the factory. Like, they could make a. If people are willing to spend $15,000 to get that done on top of a thing, offer it from the fucking factory.
Yeah.
But a first gen fucking
Chrysler 300.
V6.
That's a lot of extra weight for that little motor to pull around.
And it looks
That lifter
horrible.
tiki motor.
Horrible. Like, it's almost basically down there at the stop sign. You can see it going. Bending in half. All that shit.
So it's a Fox Body Mustang convertible.
No, they have more richness than what this thing had. It was
That's-
like the dude sneezed and the whole thing went.
That's saying a lot. I had a Fox Body convertible, and that thing was like driving a goddamn wet noodle down the road.
I also spotted a Type 2 transporter as well in Homosassa. It was like a creamy-ish rust color. Pretty fucking sweet. Old guy driving it. And then the other thing I saw was a 911 RS.
What color?
White with red stripes.
I've seen that before.
With Georgia tags on
I
it.
might have seen that car. I don't know.
Other than that, I'm trying to think. There is a couple more things. I saw a lot of really interesting cars this week.
The
Yeah, you go to the Boomer car meet.
I know, but a actually very nice greenish, like seafoam green color one, which I haven't seen driving
Yeah, the
around.
ones I've seen have
Oh.
been like black,
Yeah, black or white or like a blue.
silver, or silver.
But this was like a 90s seafoam green. I gotta say, it actually looked pretty cool. Like pretty good.
I wanted to tell you guys also. So remember, I was telling you about the RV guy earlier. His wife, we got talking about first cars, and she said, "I loved my first car. I never wanted to get rid of it. I crashed it."
Me too. I never wanted to get rid
And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "You probably never even heard of the kind of car it is, but I loved it." I said, "What was it?" And she said, "It was a Hyundai Scoop." And I was like,
Really?
"You had a fucking Scoop?" And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I know what that is, and I love those cars." It was a manual, and it was fucking green, and she had it for like almost 10 years before she crashed it, and she loved it. And I was like, "That's fucking badass."
Hey, Dan, want to plug the fan in and just have some circulation going?
Yep.
You don't have to just point it this way. It'll at least be some circulation.
That'll work.
Gotta keep them circulated.
Yeah, because it's rather humid here in Florida. Because it's been
For another 6 hours, then it's gonna be fucking cold.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it's-
guys, we aren't talking about like, oh, it's going from 85 to 75. No, we're going from 85 to the high tomorrow here is gonna be at 9 a.m. And after that, the low's gonna be fucking 29. And then less than 48 hours later, the high's gonna be back to 86.
And half the county will be sick.
Yeah.
yeah, it's March. Welcome to Florida. Don't like the weather. Wait 5 minutes. That's how it is here.
I hope it's gonna be nice in St.
But
Pete in 2 weeks.
This is our last hurrah. This is normally the last hurrah, and then
Yeah.
after that,
And from this point on, it's just going to be
yeah.
taint sweat
So,
hot
you-
until
You've been at Janus
September.
Live before, right?
Yeah.
It's like covered with a tent or something in the middle, isn't it?
Now
Or is it open?
It was open, but there was areas you could on the around it.
Yeah.
There was areas you can go inside and you can get in shade and stuff like
I
that.
hope the weather will be nice.
It should be.
I'm excited. I haven't been in Janus Live before. I've just seen pictures
Well,
of it. So.
they've redone it. What?
Multiple times,
10
yeah.
years ago, 8 years ago, something.
And then
Yeah,
and,
it was
Like,
before,
they-
it was before that I was down there
Yeah,
last.
they totally revamped it.
and
Yeah,
then
they're-
May's going to be the Orpheum. Have you ever been there
They
in Tampa?
just moved. They're going to a new place. They used to be in Ybor. They're going to a new place somewhere else.
That's where I'm going in May.
So make sure your ticket's still valid because they're totally changing things.
Get you some.
So just make sure with them yourself.
Speaking of get you some, somebody wanted to get you some on the way here. And
Someone on the other day. And
I
looked
applaud
at
them.
I'm like $5 a gallon. Fuck no.
oh, I just
Shifted from third to sixth.
it was
Nope.
a Kia Soul Turbo with no exhaust on it.
I was next to a
And no.
No, it was
First-
a guy on a bike, and he's like, I'm like, third, sixth. Nope. Gas
Nice
station.
yeah, on the way here, I was next to a first gen Focus 4-door wagon that had no exhaust
Oh,
in it. That
fuck
thing sounded like
Like
sounded
ads.
like yeah. I mean, it didn't sound okay. It did sound better than an EcoBoost with no exhaust on it, but that's not saying much.
Oh, we got a gem traded in today. I'll have to take some pictures of it. Fucking 93 Chevy Lumina.
Oh!
Is it a C34?
It is.
Fuck yeah! Dude, those things are so cool.
and-
So
What
fucking
color?
cool.
Burgundy.
Yes,
And
with burgundy interior.
Yep, it's got like 200 something
Now,
thousand
does it have
miles on
automatic
it.
or does it have a?
It's automatic.
But
It's
those
it's
are
ra-
still
it's
really
raggedy
cool.
as fuck, but it is, that's like I was like
Dude,
"Whoa!"
interiors are
What
still-
color? What color are the decals and stripes and shit, or what's left of them?
like the beige silver.
And then pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No. The best one though was the
Teal
with the silver and purple.
Yeah, silver.
Oh.
And purple. With the,
So
hel-
fucking
with the
nice.
yellow,
Oh,
with
yes.
the yellow highlights around it.
Yeah, so fucking 90s.
I
My
fucking
my mom had a teal Beretta Z24. No Z Z24. No Z34.
GTC.
No Z34. Right? Whatever the Beretta came in,
Thought it was a GTZ.
but it had all that fucking shit and all that.
Although talking about those cars, I did see something a couple of months ago that just made me in particular feel old as fuck. It was a goddamn Chevy Cavalier rolling around on collector car plates. I was like, I looked at
that's
that.
kind of painful.
I was like, oh my god.
Hey, you
Oh,
wanna hear
and-
Of course, I texted.
Hey,
I texted two legs and breasts, and I was like, I just saw a Cavalier on collector car plates. Holy fuck, we're old.
Hey, it's one of those. We gotta think about it. The 86, 36 years old now.
Yeah, it's older than you are.
Well, yeah, by far, but no, it's one of those.
Oh.
It's 36 fucking. I've had antique plates on there for 6 years so far.
Yeah.
Something.
So Cavaliers were the cars that we had when I was in high school, and now those are the ones that are rolling around on collector car tax.
Same thing was with the 86.
No, they were rolling around new. Cavaliers were rolling around new when I was in high school.
Something I also found out today that I didn't know, which I want to look more into. The new Nissan Rogue. You know what engine that has in it by chance?
No.
17. I
That's
know,
the transmission.
transmission.
1.5 liter turbo 3-cylinder.
Huh.
It's got one of them variable compression turbo motors, though.
Ooh.
You know, I'm really curious as to how those things are going to hold up over the long haul.
Me too!
Because, I mean,
I was explaining it to Ed today because he never knew about them, and
it's
I
a
was like,
really interesting idea. And
It is.
It's, I mean, engineering-wise, it's really kind of fascinating. But I'm looking at the additional moving parts and the complexity of that. And also, too, because of all the manufacturers are going to lighter and lighter and thinner oils, chasing fuel mileage. How's this shit going to hold up? And even naturally aspirated, but then you add boost on top of it. How's this shit
gonna actually hold up? Yeah.
How's this
And-
shit going to hold up for, typical, like what you think of as Japanese reliability? How's it going to hold up over, 150, 200,000 miles?
I have two more things. One, I saw something that I didn't know was a thing. Have you guys seen the guy who dailies his Enzo?
No.
He's approaching 100,000 miles.
Awesome.
And there's pictures of him in the McDonald's drive-thru getting
Awesome.
gas in the snow and shit.
Awesome.
Yes. Two, I saw a very affordable Gallardo for sale.
Was it an actual Gallardo?
60 grand.
Was it a Fiera?
Flappy paddles?
No.
Gated manual? What's the catch?
She got 148,000 miles on her.
Okay, still, that's a well-sorted car that apparently is not going to have any real issues.
And,
Any issues have been
and a
encountered.
rebuilt title, and that was it. The guy said,
Oh, dude, that is a fucking Ed Bowling car all day long.
the guy said it's on Facebook Marketplace. I might I'll try to go find it. I just saw it like this morning. It was 60 grand, 148,000 miles, rebuilt title. He said like I think the rear differential leaks, and then it's got a check engine light, and the AC doesn't always blow cold. Other than that,
Oh, so there's $100,000 right there.
But it's a gated manual. What the fuck?
All right, 60 grand to buy it. Drive it for 1,000 miles so it blows up.
fuck.
And then you cause butthurt across the internet,
Oh, and okay, so I
and
didn't
you LS swap it.
I didn't follow the Veyron on Bring a Trailer.
7-3 Godzilla swap it.
I didn't
No, fuck
follow.
it.
I didn't
7-3
follow that till
fucking
the end.
Diesel
Did you,
swap
by chance? Did you even see it? The Veyron on Bring a Trailer.
No.
There
When
were-
did it end?
I like a few weeks ago. It didn't sell though. I don't think. White with blue, and it had like 20,000 miles on it. I think, and it was deemed unsafe to drive due to the front radiators leaking. And it was still
I think there was a.
it was still fetching over 1 million though.
Wait, what? Did you like into it?
No, just not maintained. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, it's got 4 radiators.
it just got new tires on it.
more radiators than that. That thing's got
11.
Like, yeah, it's got 11.
It's got 11
radiators
radiators in
changes
it.
all over it. I mean, I remember. You remember the one that was driven into the ocean?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I remember that video, man.
That car, pretty sure it's a Lambo, dude.
Yeah.
That car, there's an exotic rental place in Vegas.
Yeah.
Has that car, and they're rebuilding it.
Really?
Yeah, they are rebuilding that car.
Damn.
Because
Yeah, I saw that
there was a
big
wreck.
movie.
I know there was a wreck one on Copart
Yep.
recently.
Was that? It was red, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure whatever became of that one.
I don't know.
I think at one point that I heard that it was bought and it was very.
shifting gears, man. Yeah, fucking Ford Ranger. Sorry.
Yeah, but he's also got LEDs and halogen housing, so fuck those guys. But it was like it had been delivered to somewhere on the eastern seaboard and was a couple hours away from going in the container, going on a ship, and then financing wasn't all the paperwork
Right.
for the financing
Oh,
on
yeah,
the other
yeah,
end
they
wasn't
got
quite
back.
right, so they ended up bringing it back. But it was, I mean, just a couple hours later, it would have been on its way to Europe and would have been gone.
You know, that just reminded me. And how would you feel to be one of those customers with that ship that sunk? Imagine if you were.
Matt Farah. Matt Farah's Porsche was on there.
Yeah,
I heard there was some GT3 Wysox on there.
yeah.
And
there was and a couple of Lamborghinis that were.
And I know
And
how
that's why
obtainable
I
those
think,
are. And
I think Lamborghini is going to build.
yeah,
They're going to
opening
build
back
new.
up
They're going
the-
to build new cars to replace the ones that were
Yeah,
lost.
oh shit.
I'm not
sure
what
what
was
Porsche is gonna
the model that they were?
Yeah.
Not the Murcielago.
Aventador.
Yeah, the Aventador. A couple of them are on there, and they're opening it back up to where
Yeah, so the
stopped
people-
the production. They're opening back up the production of the
Basically to build replacements of those cars.
oh, and what's Oh shit.
I also read a thing. I forgot. I think it was in Colorado. There was a guy that apparently did like boxer engines for Subarus and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just basically closed up shop and left a whole like 20 or 30 cars, customer cars,
Holy shit.
with no engines, parked on the street, and half of them were getting ready to be towed. And somebody posted, "Hey, you've got your car here. You need to come get it." And basically, the dude apparently done
Oh wait, you know what? I saw that today.
SL Boxer Performance or something.
Car,
like this.
he left cars without motors in them.
Yeah.
And took the money and left and
Took the money and took the motors and took parts and
Yep,
basically
and
left
left.
for cars
out on the fucking street.
street parked them.
And these ain't no fucking bullshit. These are 1,000+ builds.
Yeah.
Like
And
25,
apparently-
50,
and apparently the guy-
$70,000
and apparently
invested.
The guy had done that in 2 other states before.
Yep, I fucking saw that today. Yeah, that's fucked. Okay, and all right. So another thing, more things. I keep going. The Today Show. Have we seen this?
No, not.
The Today Show, you know, the big news show, recently came out with an excerpt on how to save gas because gas is scarce.
This
Yeah,
is
Lord.
already fucking rich.
So she's fucking in the car. She's going. If
I
you're
know what you're talking about now.
If
Yes.
she said if you're idling more than 10 seconds, you should shut your car off. Even if you're in line, she pushes the button in the fucking car. She gets out of the fucking car. She says,
Mike,
"It's the cream of the crop coming."
this is
Cream
fucking,
of the crop, it rises to the top.
This is.
What are you
fucking-
talking about, Mean
Alright.
Gene?
This
Tell
is
me.
fucking beautiful.
She gets out of the car, which I've already noticed the problem. Maybe not everybody has. She gets next to the tire and she goes,
You didn't put it in the car.
No.
"Keep your tires in the proper
And
inflation,
she put her
and that'll help with your fuel
foot
economy."
ran over her.
Right next to the charging port on the fucking Mustang Mach-E that she's using to fucking show everything on how to save money in your gasoline car.
Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
I feel like we should have ended on that because I just want to go home now. Like that.
I don't know. Well, speaking of electric car,
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, no. Before you go to the electric car, I just gotta say, on that note, I have gotten some wonderful pop bangs for my car recently.
Me
I don't
too.
know why, but
The
all I
past
know
few-
is
okay,
I was just like,
it's this
I was
past
driving
few weeks,
around and
bro.
it went, like,
I've been
from the
extra pop, bang,
inside,
bang.
Like pop. I let out a Daniel bang, and I'm like,
where were you hauling us off to the other day when I saw you? Saturday.
I don't even know, man. Somewhere probably.
all I know
I was
is on the
everywhere.
way to-
I think. Was it down here?
No, it was past Dunkin' Donuts, Crystal River. I was heading over to the Boomer Car meeting.
Home Depot. I had a spigot go super spray.
Oh, fun.
It's I didn't run to Home Depot. That was
So
that,
was it super spraying out the end of it, or was it super spraying from the handle?
No, just out the the wall, just out the handle, I guess.
Oh, so it did like let me improve it completely off the thing.
And I got pulled over in the process too.
Where'd you get pulled over at?
Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, you know how it changed to where it does the thing there now.
yeah. It goes.
So,
whip, 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 whip.
Somebody pulled out of Dairy Queen across the other lane in front of me, and it was right in the whoop-de-whoop. And
And
right
you
after
were
that,
under.
they had slammed on their brakes after they pulled out, and I did too. And I went around them in the turning lane, like I was about to rear end them. So I fucking just used the turning lane, and I shouldn't have, but. Right after I did that, there was a cop in the median right there, and as I was coming around the corner, all he saw was me use the turning lane to pass the person.
Yeah.
And then, he didn't believe anything I said, and so, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
I supposed to take it.
anyway, it was a verbal warning. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Wink,
That's good.
wink.
Yeah.
Um,
So it was one of those the other day on the way to work. I saw a nice blue in my car. It's the first time I had that ever.
You
I
know,
was like,
that's another reason I'm missing a little FB. I can fucking
Dude,
light,
I can just imagine
light
if
up.
I
I can light
actually-
up the sky with that thing anytime I
I
want.
can imagine my car with an actual with a straight through downpipe instead of the race cat. Well, I don't have I have a small race cat, but I can imagine it being straight.
I've been
like
kind of wanting to do it too, because I have the same way. I have the little tiny
Yeah.
cat that's like that big. But I still honestly haven't put my interior back in my car.
You've been driving around the beer can.
I've been loving it.
that. See, I cannot. Like, but just rally noises. Like yours,
Well-
I love yours because you do obnoxious bangs, and I fucking love it. But you gotta admit, mine does like a just smaller.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and
you know,
it's like, oh, you got the crackle tune. I'm like, no. Have you ever heard
it does
of crackle
that naturally.
tune? It sounds fucking shit. Mine will just pop.
Well, when we're done tonight,
It's
'cause
like
I didn't do it last
it's like
time,
Neil Peart just randomly fucking going off. Like,
we were going
Well, not
for a
anymore.
ride when
well,
Too soon?
yeah, no, but still sad. But you know what I mean? It's just like a ta-da, ta-ta.
You realize that half the time when I make these witty, stabby comments, my goal is to basically try to break down.
I know, and you know what's it. So sorry, Dan.
Almost got in there.
What, you're gonna get off when you leave?
No, you need to come for a ride.
Oh.
You gotta hear it
So
from the
you
inside.
get off?
In the beer can.
No, you gotta hear it from the inside.
You get off.
On you.
Okay.
Ooh. I quit.
We'll finish that one up because we got your beer.
I'm just
too.
gonna sit here and drink my beer and just mind my own business. And
That's
just say
fair.
that my
So,
name's Paul, and
Ford
that's
split
bring it up.
into two different entities.
Saw it
Well,
coming.
not really
Basically,
entities,
kind of like
just
two,
like
just two teams. Basically,
yeah.
they're gonna have their
the Ford Blue.
Like
the
Holly did.
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
Ford
have
model.
Ford
Yeah, basically
Blue.
the Ford Model E kind of whatever. And
Yeah.
then the
Which now
regular-
are they gonna do a Ford Model E like instead of a Model A or Model T like a Model E?
honestly-
Like that will actually kind of be pretty fucking cool.
Now, here's-
Well, no.
Yeah,
Due
wait a
to the recent reports in the Today Show, they're gonna have a gasoline Mach-E.
Well, here's the
Sorry.
thing about the idea of having a car called Model E. The model,
I could get behind that.
Sorry,
though,
I
Model E.
really just want to throw this.
Tesla's Model 3 was originally supposed to be called the Model E, so that they would have the Model S, the Model E, the Model X, and the Model Y,
Because of Elon Musk.
because he's basically a child and a supervillain.
I love him.
Okay, so
Love
they only
him.
have they have the E, and the reason why they weren't able to do Model E is because of Ford. So
Yeah.
apparently Ford already has Model E patented or trademarked or copyrighted.
And I would get behind a Model E electric. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now, when I get into it and I hit the start button, it better go wang a dang a dang a dang a wang a dang a dang a dang a dang a dang a dang a dang.
I just want a car to sound like the fucking Jetsons. That's all I want. If it's gonna be electric, it's gotta sound like the Jetsons.
You can make a Tesla do that. Hit the horn, just hit the gas as soon as you do it.
Yeah, it's gotta sound like that from the back on the outside. Just fucking every time you're
All
going
right.
anywhere.
I have to get a picture. I'm going to when I go to work Monday because that just reminded me. We had looked up a technical service bulletin for a problem with a car with four-wheel drive. It said, and I quote, if the customer is reporting a duck noise, or a zick noise, or a dung noise, that the problem is with the four-wheel drive coupler. And it literally says duck and zick, like dung, and it has a couple other ones.
So is it like a Weebo coupler or a viscous coupler?
It's a viscous coupler.
Hold on, you know what just popped in my head? Long duck dong. Where is grandfather's automobile?
He's driving down the road going, something's wrong.
It's thinking.
Mike broke himself.
Here I am trying to break down,
And Mike did it himself. Oh, jeez.
No, I can just.
So anyway, so speaking of this whole electric car bullshit, I got to drive a Model S, dual motor, long range.
How was that?
Interesting. And I took the opportunity, and the gentleman that owns the car, when I mentioned that, hey, one of these days, let me take the Model S, take Tesla for a rip. He's like, absolutely. So, last Friday, he's like, hey, ready to take Tesla for a rip? Hell yeah, brother. And so me and two-legged Brian all hopped in, and we went for a rip in the thing. It's interesting.
No, you were saying.
So,
So I figured now.
Well, and that was your electric car, like Virgin Cherry.
That was my cherry popping electric car
So
thing. Now,
you got the carry feeling then.
Now, my reason for this, for wanting to drive the Tesla, because I mean, other than the
just want to
acceleration,
see it.
other than the acceleration, it's kind of a boring car because it's just a car. But
Correct.
so many people on the internet and on YouTube's and in the comment section of Jalopnik and everywhere else, and car guys in general at car meets to talk about Teslas. So many people that just are absolute shit talkers about Teslas, and 99% of the people that are shit talking about Teslas have never driven.
Correct.
And yes, we are kind of shit talkers, and we've talked about Tesla stuff before. So figured I should rectify the part of being a shit talker and not driving a Tesla. So now I can absolutely be a shit talker because I've driven it. This car did not have the full self-driving beta because it still, but it still had autopilot, but not the full self-driving beta. And believe it or not, on Ozello Trail, it actually did a pretty good job.
That's a good fucking place to test it too.
The only gripe that I had was coming out of mile marker 3. So short straight, and you sort of accelerate a little bit, and that's pretty sharp right corner, and then it goes on to another straight. But that's at the area where it gets to the old pavement. And it's kind of narrow, a little bit choppy.
Yeah.
It's braking. Now, in other vehicles, have allegedly gone at a enthusiastic pace. I have driven with purpose, allegedly.
I think I know the road you're talking about. I did a similar one in Mexico.
Yes, allegedly.
And so it's one of those, at a very aggressive pace of 35 miles per hour.
So anyway,
allegedly.
Correct. So anyway, so this particular corner is one that I have allegedly been through many times in both directions at varying levels of.
And if you don't know what Ozello is, look up Tail of the Gator in Florida.
Tail of the Gator. Actually,
I
did a drive video of that road.
Or look back on our channel.
I did a drive video of that road.
Yes, you did.
So anyway, this is a particular corner that I am familiar with, and even at slightly allegedly
35 miles per hour.
Allegedly more than this is a 45 mile an hour zone for this particular corner it's at.
46 miles per hour.
Like I said, allegedly quicker than 46 miles an hour. I'm familiar with kind of where I would normally brake and begin my turn in.
Oh, okay.
So
I get where you're going.
So here's the thing. So the car braked.
Because it's got that rejuvenating brake.
No, this was on autopilot.
Okay.
So, autopilot. So it braked a little bit later than I would have at that speed, and when it did its turn in, its turn in was about maybe just a meter or two later than I would begin my turn in. It made the corner. No. It made the corner, but it kind of favored more on the yellow line than it did the white line.
So you felt the weight shift when you went in the corner then?
That's another thing I want to get to is the weight. So, no, it was just like I said, going up to it, I'm thinking, my brain's going, brake. Okay, now it's braking. I would have broke, probably, maybe 1 to 3 meters before that. Just that little bit. It was just enough that I noticed it. And on the initial turn in, I would have turned in again probably a meter sooner or started to do the turn in. And I would have favored more towards the white line than the yellow line. That was really... And after that corner,
it was going more towards the bumpy bumps first.
Yeah, and then when it, and like I said, and then after that, that's when I just basically just grabbed the wheel and took the car back. And I was like, okay, that was interesting. But that section between mile marker 1 and mile marker 3, where it's fairly smooth and it's just long sweepers, and there was traffic in front of me, and it went through there, and it saw the approaching traffic, and it slowed down and matched the speed with the traffic that was in front of me, and it went through there with no problem.
Now, what about the switchbacks? Did you have the autopilot on?
I didn't go all the way down. We only went down probably 4 miles. And then we pulled off on a side road, and then me and two legs switched and drove back out.
I would actually like to see what it would have done, the switchbacks.
When it gets down, really, like at mile marker, like mile marker 8.
Where you start hitting the bridges.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, past the bridges, but no, when you get down to about the 8 mile mark, when it's
no, I know what you're talking about now. Yep.
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
you get those.
And then it's straight in your
You get the hairpins. Yeah. That would have been interesting.
I would have liked to seen what that was.
That section of long sweepers. That's what I'm talking about between mile marker 1 and mile marker 3.
Yeah.
It went fine through there, but I wasn't, like I said, I was just letting it go to the speed limit, and it was also matching the traffic in front of me.
That's cool.
So the autopilot thing, pretty cool. And the owner of the car did do the the bag of pennies hack on the steering wheel, so you don't have to have your hands right close by it. I still had my hands right close by it because it's a little bit freaky. The car had the regenerative braking turned on, so it's basically one pedal drive, and so you let off in our normal vehicles. You let off the throttle and coast a little bit. This doesn't. As soon as you let off the throttle, it starts braking. And it's not braking with the brakes; it's braking with the motors.
Right.
And it's using the
Recharge.
motors to put power back into the battery.
Right. You're right.
So
That's pretty neat, though.
that took a little bit getting used to. Still has a brake pedal.
Yeah.
You can still, I mean, if you're on the highway and something happens in front of you, you can just lay on the brakes like a normal car and it works fine. The acceleration is retarded. Absolutely retarded, because we're used to
instant torque.
Well, it's not just that. We're used to, with a manual, you're downshifting to go where you want to go, and then there's all the sound and fury that goes along with it. Or for me, with an automatic, you hammer it downshifts, and again, you feel it. What? Sound, fury, and all of that
With
stuff.
electric, it's any point you decide to put your foot to the floor.
And that's exactly what it was like. Because I did it from like 5 miles an hour, chucked 2 legs into the back seat, and giggled like a squirrel afterwards. And it just rocked back, and you could feel the thing managing traction and grip on the front axle, because you could feel that in the steering wheel. And the car was just slightly moving around. It was just stupid. And then even from like a 40 roll, it was just.
And then you
But
can
it was
feel
quiet.
you can feel once you hit the peak too. It's weird because you feel the G's, and then all of a sudden you don't feel G's, but you feel like you're being like carried. I don't know how to describe it, and
It just
it's
goes.
different from riding to driving too. Because riding you don't feel it, when you drive it you do.
Yeah,
and it
because
just
you're
it
able-
keeps pushing you.
Because
It's
I mean,
it's a weird
just
feeling,
like
but it's
driving
cool.
a normal car, I mean, you really can. You provide the inputs, and then you immediately feel the car respond to your inputs, and that's how it is with.
Well, and I think a lot of
That's crazy to think about. Like just
it's sensory inputs fuck with you too, because you're not hearing an engine do what it normally does
Yeah,
when you feel your body feels that sensation. You know, like
seriously, the best way to describe it would be like doing the VR setup where you, like what we were doing versus VR, to where you hear it, you see yourself doing it, but you're not feeling it.
well, no, it's
Versus
kind of the opposite.
opposite of you're not hearing it, like hearing the engine.
You don't hear it. You feel it's like a roller coaster without noise.
But
But
you
it's,
know,
but,
you know what I
but
mean?
it's not
like,
just. But
about
it's not
that?
just that. You do not feel the gear change, because there are no gear changes.
isn't. It just keeps pushing you.
It's just
never leave the momentum.
It's just like a shove that
keeps
eventually the shove sort of backs off, but then you're still carrying speed.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
and
there's-
like
there's
that disenchanted
There's
type,
there-
disembodied type feel.
there's feedback that's missing.
Yeah, I mean, like when we were doing the simulator, it was one of those like you
Yeah,
heard it, you
yeah.
saw it, you felt it, but you didn't.
For
You
me,
didn't
that was the problem. For me, that
see
was
it.
what was messing me up, is that I didn't feel
Feel
on the
it.
VR.
But it would be like different, basically the
And-
same thing, except you felt it, but now
Yeah,
you
you
don't
felt it.
hear it.
You felt it. You felt it. You see it.
But you don't
You
hear
hear
the
noise
But you don't
because-
hear the what you expect of
Yeah.
like a wah, 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 and
Yeah.
it just
There's no gear changes.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, you hear
but
you hear
wind,
wind.
you hear
you hear
tires,
tire
but
noise.
you don't hear what you would normally associate
Yeah.
with putting your foot
You
down.
don't hear the
and
engine. You don't hear
even
an engine
even a
moving itself.
stock motor, with
Yeah.
your exhaust, just you don't hear.
Yeah, there's no mechanical fury going on.
That's the thing that like I think would be like freaky to me is you do that and you're going, but you don't
Yeah, but
you
like
don't have that.
But
Eh,
like I said, just the acceleration. The acceleration is just retarded.
Where are they at?
Red.
Jordan,
Which ones are they?
Jordan, there
Uh,
are bottles with,
Brown bottle with yellow labels,
yellow
yellow tops.
but like that's what I could like. That would freak me out is just the fact of.
I will say this: if you have the opportunity to drive
do it.
one,
Do it, yeah.
fucking do it. Because I mean, it's an interest. I mean, the other thing that kind of surprised me or took me a little off guard, something that wasn't what I expected, was the giant ass iPad in the middle of the dash.
Yeah.
We did this when it was dusk, so it was getting dark, and I figured having
Did it
that.
actually like tint itself?
Okay, so I figured
dull
that
itself?
having that would be distracting at night, but the screen sort of went into a dark mode, like when you put your
Yeah.
laptop into a dark mode or your phone into a dark mode. The screen did that, and then because I was busy driving the car,
You didn't.
watching the regular kind of gauge location and all of that sort of thing, the giant screen in the middle, I kind of tuned it out.
Now, one of my coworkers has a Mustang Mach-E, and it's not like the GT or anything like that. It's a
But
regular base
That,
model. But
that's next on my list that I want to drive.
she has told me not only that I could get a ride in it, but she has actually told me, no, Mike, I know about everything you do. I want you to drive it. So one of these days, I'm gonna be able to drive it. And she's like, I want you to feel. She's like, it's crazy how acceleration and all that. and like basically told me like when I go to like she'll let me like.
Oh, and
see
Yeah,
where it
because
goes.
that's another thing
And
I want to bring
really,
into. But I
I'm
have
really curious about that.
so before you went off to have a wee and get us beer,
yes.
you've asked about weight.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
now
was
here's the
curious
thing.
about
Those
that.
cars are heavy.
Yeah,
Right.
but they're
5,000
low to the ground.
5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
However, the battery is all under the floor.
Right. And it's
So
spread.
you
I know.
got
I know.
a
They're
super-
flat and spread amongst the whole
And
thing.
it's I mean, it's not like
You got a
all the
super
batteries in the front
low
or all the batteries in the rear.
No,
it's
it's
from,
evenly
it's basically
spread.
from right behind the wheel arch
to
right in front of the wheel arch, and
Right.
it's all underneath it, and it's all from the whole floor is like the battery.
Right.
So it's a heavy car. It's 5,000 pounds, 5,500 pounds, something like that. Or
But
not.
it's all low.
It because of the weight is low, the center of gravity is low, and it's so evenly.
It's extremely hard to roll over. Like
well,
you've
no,
seen a crash test.
like I said, when I was going through those sweeper sections,
It doesn't feel as heavy as what it
it
is.
doesn't feel as heavy as
Probably
it
more
is.
glued to the ground feeling.
Ground
Well,
to
especially
the
they got
ground,
white
ground to the ground.
Especially they got white ass fucking tires.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it wasn't a lot of road noise. I mean, the inside of the car was not spectacular. It had leather seats and all that, but it wasn't what I would consider like a luxury car, other than the price. Because I mean, this was an $80,000 car.
Right.
But
Well, it's like we got one of the EV6s that has the automatic parking feature, and we were fucking with that. That's fucking awesome. You like park it in front of a parking spot, and then you get out of the car, like shut it off and everything, get out, you press a fucking button on the remote and the hazards come on, and it fucking parks itself, and it pulls itself
Nice.
out, and everything. Anyway, this
Brian, you
beer.
wanna read into this? This is yours.
all right,
It's by Bell South.
so this is
What?
this is
Fucking Bell South, the internet company? They make
The
beer?
phone company,
Oh yeah,
bitch.
that was one of the.
Oh, sorry, phone company before.
Yeah, that was when Ma Bell was broken up into all the baby bells, and eventually they all kind of came back together, and now we just have like 3.
Bell South.
So
Brewing.
it's from Bell's, and this is Rind Over Matter Wheat Series Wheat Ale with lemon and orange zest.
Brewed in Comcast.
Comstock, Michigan.
Comcast.
Uh,
Well, and the name being rind over matter, it makes me feel like this is going to have extremely strong lemon and orange flavors.
brewing beer isn't just a collection of ingredients and techniques; it takes an active will. With a dash of real lemon and orange zest, this wheat ale is bright and refreshing. It's more than some of its parts. It's rind over matter.
Oh yeah,
by the
smell
way,
it,
Floaties.
Smell-
Look at all those
Oh, yeah.
fucking floaties.
smell it.
Yeah.
It's straight lemon.
But no, look at all those
I see 'em.
floaties, man.
Oh yeah, definitely some
All right.
citrus going on
It
there.
looks like it's a gelatin. Like if you don't move the glass around, it looks like it's
Yeah, they're just
fucking
kinda-
gelatin.
It's almost like it wants to be hazy, but it's not quite hazy.
Oh, what?
Yo, did I just lick a lemon?
That doesn't smell like what it tastes like at all. It's smooth and done quick.
And it's not dry.
But
It's
like,
not acidic.
hey, but like it says, it's all rind. It's you have the lemon and orange
Well-
taste, but it's literally like you took the
The rind is
Rind
usually
is-
Yeah, just from
what
the,
the rind.
from like
It's
you
usually the
zested it.
strongest bit, though. That's the thing.
Well, like the outside, like you did the zest from the outside.
Yeah, but the inside, the rind.
Well, like I said, you got the zest from the
yeah, like
outside.
you literally.
So you
took
got
a
the
le-
oils.
Like you took a lemon and
That's
an
why we
orange.
got
and
floaties.
squeezed
Yeah, so
it
you
like
got
that.
the oils, but not the acid.
That's
Yo,
amazing.
good. I bet you this would clean a really good furniture. Yo,
It's
that's
amazing
good.
how quick it's done.
Yeah, it's there, and then it's
But it's that,
Seafood.
The
That was seafood.
Yeah.
Any kind of seafood, this with it. What we had earlier,
Hey,
actually,
but
like
the
this
thing-
would have
but
been.
The thing is, the initial taste.
fish tacos.
Is,
Oh
The-
yes.
yeah,
Fish tacos.
Oh yeah. The initial taste is straight on
Lemon,
zest.
and then it goes, and then you get a little hint of orange on the end.
Oh, just wait
Yeah.
till you burp. Oh my god. Oh, that's good.
that's never a problem for me.
Oh, that's good.
Is it bad that we get excited about our burps? How they taste.
No, that is.
Oh, failure.
Oh, that is good.
Oh no,
Failure.
Go me.
Alley-oop! You got it in. We got the cores coming in,
Oh,
or no?
okay.
No, I still got a little bit.
No,
of
still got
No,
some.
also another thing in that
Another thing in that.
Porsche. has officially stopped production of vehicles.
Yeah, because of the Ukrainian shit.
Yep.
And yeah, I got 7.5 gallons of premium this afternoon, and it was $4.99 a gallon for Shell.
Yeah. All right. So with my if I didn't use my coupon this morning, it would have been $5.19 where I went.
I was gonna say,
Where did you go?
The Circle K right by
but
my
hey,
house.
it also dropped 10 cents today, because 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I got for $4.95, and for $30, I got 6.12 gallons, and that.
Yeah, I think I spent 30. I think I spent $38. I think I spent $38 to get 7.5 gallons.
Sabrina
Well,
paid $5.09 for premium. Yes, 2 days ago, but it has dropped 10 cents today.
Well, and it's funny too because when I was talking about it today, one of the salesmen overheard me and he's like, "Ooh, why don't you just put regular in your car?" I said, "I can't."
Fucking can't.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
oh, trust me, you don't know how many
You said-
people like.
you said, "What do you mean you
87?"
can't?
I'm like, I gotta fucking change the tune. It's not gonna work with all my
So
shit.
I'm tuned on
I can't
93.
fucking
If
do
I put
it.
87 in my car, and
Yeah,
for
fucking-
1 second I don't pay attention, and I decide to floor it, my
Yeah,
car
fuck.
will grenade.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you'll bang the knock sensor something fierce.
exactly.
I mean, even mine's naturally aspirated, but with the tune and stuff that I have in there,
You gotta
91
run
or
that-
higher.
yeah.
91 or higher because
Sabrina's the
because
same thing. Imagine putting 87 in the Sprint's car right now with no cats and no fucking muffler. and all
It'll
that
it'll
shit.
ping off a cold start.
It'll ping
yeah,
just
like I said,
starting it.
Yeah.
like I said, mine is an actual 50 state legal tune and stuff that's in there.
Yeah,
So mine has a,
No, we're not.
so mine has a CarVO on it. So California has
Yeah, which is 91 or higher.
Yeah, no,
So that's why mine is
I
91 or
can't
higher.
even- I can't even.
And
run
you'd have the same
91
problem
on
then.
Yeah, so to put 87 in mine, not only would I have to put the stock tune back in, I would also have to put my stock airbox back in, because the airbox that I have in is 85 millimeter, and the
Yeah,
airbox that came
yeah,
out was
that's
78.
Oh yeah, it's the thing with mine. Yeah,
76,
if I
think.
Yeah.
if I put the stock tune back on my car, it won't start.
Yeah.
Like simply will not start.
Yeah, no, if
So-
I did a stock tune, you gotta think, I'm like you, full bolt-on, so it's one of those, you have more
My
restricted.
intake's bigger, my
more
exhaust is
restricted
bigger.
exhaust. Yeah, I got
Like-
bigger fucking intake, bigger, like, the intercooler.
I was gonna say we have the
three times the
intercooler. That's a whole.
size.
Yep.
Like, yeah, no, that would not be good.
I for some reason didn't remember until this week about you saying about your fifth gear endeavor and saving a lot of gas by not using sixth. And I finally
Well,
fucking
and
did that this week.
Okay, so driving around town. So this has been my thing. Like, normally I would go to, like, on my way to work, like, going on 41 and all that. Once I hit, the 50 mile per hour mark, going to fucking 40, 45, drop
banging
to
six.
and all that. Drop down to 1,500 RPMs.
No, you stay in
Yeah,
fifth
but
until.
but that little ass motor is lugging the fuck out of itself.
Well,
Yeah.
and mine does the same thing.
But I leave in fifth. I'm at, like, 21, 2,200 RPMs.
Yeah, where that small engine is happy.
And I went from 20, and I haven't reset my fucking fuel like my average mileage in probably 20,000 miles. Just doing that for the last like 2-3 months, I have gone from 25.4 to 26.8.
Dude, I went from 17 to 25.
Yeah.
Like just doing that, I went from in a week. I went 17 to 25.
Well, back in the day, I
And
had
the great thing is, I get more pops and bangs off of it. So I'm like,
back in the day, I had my Fox body with the
once I hit 60,
With the
I'll
eight-
shift
with
because
the
I'm at
eight-
the point that I'm
Me too.
at like 2,100 in 6
So I try to
years,
keep it
I'm
around.
fine.
So, like,
Right.
when I had my Fox body, obviously it was 273s with an AOD in there. Driving around town, I never put that fucker in overdrive. I just drove it as a 3-speed. It's because,
Probably a great gas mileage.
like I said, it just did so much better because, like I said, 273s with that big, I mean, that was a pretty healthy overdrive in
Yeah.
that transmission. At low speed, that thing was just lugging.
Oh,
You
well, it's
know,
one of
it-
those.
it
where
was-
Oh,
with the-
that's how I
with
drove
the
my
86,
Silverado.
I have the same for years. I don't go to fifth till I'm almost at 65 miles per hour
Yeah.
because at that point I can shift into fifth at 65 and I'm at like
1200.
yeah.
Well, that's how my
Which that motor
well,
loves it, by the way, but still. it's
that
one
that's
of
how my
those,
Silverado was. I had a Silverado with the 4.8 and it had the towing package. I can't remember the gears, but it had the towing gears in it.
Well, you
and-
had that. What, was that the black one?
The white one.
Oh.
No, this was a 2000. This is the one I crashed.
We did the.
No, not that
that
one.
was what he's talking about is the GMT 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing, I did a trip to Fort Myers and back with my buddy Brandon, and I was getting 29 miles to the gallon that trip. And we crested over 30 at some point of it. It was fantastic. That thing was geared beautifully. Beautiful.
The car that I had that surprised me the most. I know.
I saw it.
No, the craziest one I had as far as fuel miles go was my '95 Lincoln Mark 8. So, Texas block 4.6 liter with a 4R70W. Pretty heavy car, probably 3,700 pounds.
Yeah.
So something from the mid '90s of 3,700 pounds. It was a pretty heavy car. 307 rear axle, just kind of an average size tire. But that thing on the highway at like 80 miles an hour would get 32, 33 miles to the gallon.
My best one was
Because the aero and the air suspension would drop
Yeah.
the car down an inch, and just the gearing, it was just right in that nice happy spot for that mod motor, and it would just motor at 80 miles an hour all day long, get 32, 33 miles a gallon. It's fucking nuts.
The little black MX-3 I had, the guy I bought it off of, he had rebuilt the engine and rebuilt everything, and he had stroked it to almost a 1.8 liter. It was like a 1.7 and a half. The car came with a 1.6. And
So 30,000 overboard.
yeah, basically. And
30 or 35.
I averaged 45 miles to the gallon in that car. I kind of wish I never swapped the motor. 'Cause the only reason I swapped the motor is because I wanted to swap it. Like,
Yeah.
there was nothing wrong with the engine in it, and I sold it after that and everything. Like, if I... Speaking of GMT 800s,
You know, you're not. And that was a GMT 400.
sorry, 400, not 800 once. Anyway,
Other than that, you were almost not wrong.
yeah. But no, that car was absolutely fantastic on gas. Like, it was always, no matter if I fucking put my foot to the floor and used all raging 107 horsepower or not, 45 miles to the gallon.
So it's completely the opposite of my FB that had a raging 110 horsepower, but that thing got shit gas.
This thing was, the gearing,
Rotary.
the top,
naturally aspirated rotary.
the top speed in the car, and I hit it one time because the gearing was in 6th gear at 110 miles an hour, bouncing off the red line.
My first 86 downhill, coming down the big hill in front of the car.
I was gonna say, that's where I hit it in the MX-3, was on that hill.
AC off, windows up, sweating my balls off, but fucking floor down. I hit 77 miles per hour, and that thing was only at $4,000, but it wasn't going anymore.
So,
But it was,
yeah. So, when
I
you
think
had,
I was screaming more than the motor was.
the last time you had your car at the racetrack, your car,
Which one?
you know, your Focus at the racetrack, you know,
Oh, yeah.
what's the fastest you've ever done at the racetrack in it?
See, I didn't really pay attention to looking at where I knew where the needle was, trying to
125, 130, 140.
135 about there.
Well, see, I got the opportunity to go on a very long racetrack about 2 years ago, like a very long
I
one.
would not have wanted to go past that.
I did it. It was scary.
Yeah, 135 was scary at
I
that
I
racetrack.
did
that
as
was on.
I did as much as it would let me.
I
I hit the rev
also still
limiter
making
in
payments on mine, so I was very scared at 135.
6th gear at 7,000 RPM,
No,
hitting the rev
I was
limiter.
probably at about
On
like
a very long, but
5,500 RPMs in 6 years.
Well,
I mean, I
What
I
can
had
you guess
more
the speed though? What speed was I
than-
going?
about 135 ish.
No, 6th. I was in 6th
Yeah,
gear.
no, that's what I was too. But at about 5,600 RPM.
163. That's it.
I probably could have gotten because I had about
Oh,
there and
yeah,
I was
you could.
just right in the.
It's
the
not
thing, but I did
enjoyable.
not-
No, and
At
that
that
car's like a
point-
roller skate over
Well,
140.
no. At that point, I was going. Hey, I just slow down on the racetrack because I still have payments left on this thing. So
Oh, I did it.
I don't
I went
think
in
Gap
fucking
is
full
gonna-
send, go for broke.
I don't think Gap is going to protect me this much, and also I didn't want to be Brian. So
It was pretty cool
I mean, I wanna
bouncing
be
off the
Brian,
rev
but
limiter
I
in
didn't
6th
wanna be
gear.
Brian that day.
I
But-
can make some Brian shit happen.
But
Fucking
anyway,
worried about the COVID and shit, I gotta make a lake call.
well, Brian was about to share his racetrack story because you had one of the mile
No,
strips
hey.
like I had, right?
Yeah.
I got a couple of them. So,
Also, it's been 27 years since Brian been Brian. You know how many people, when I did that post, was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I'm like, "Wait, buddy, you really think that motherfucker's 27 years old?" I'm like, "That makes me older than him." Like,
Have you seen the fucking
fuck?
no? Have you seen the gray in his
I'm
facial
like,
hair
the
and on his
fuck?
body?
I'm like, I called a younger dude dad? No.
He's one of those people that doesn't properly age. Like, cause like he said gray,
Oh, no.
gray hair. Come on, I look older than
I
you.
know that.
I do.
The amount of people are like, well, how? I'm like, no, he's been one-legged for 27 years. They're like, oh, like, so that happened when he was like,
He was
what,
born
8?
that way or
Like,
something.
no, the motherfucker's almost 50. They're like, what? And I'm like, that's not the thing that you should be worried about. It's the fact that I did a giant post about what everybody thought was a happy birthday thing, saying, haha, congratulations, you didn't fucking die.
Well, isn't it terrible? Brian's got burns on most of his body, and he has glorious hair and a nice face and everything, and he looks younger than we do. Yet half of your body's fucking scarred or gone.
It is. It is.
And that's
It's fucking witchcraft, man.
yes. He said.
Flames go on, flames
He
don't
said,
come out.
"You
What
think
the fuck?
you think the mummies wrapped them in chemicals? This is how they did it."
Hey, it's one of those. I know exactly what fucking happened to BB King, and
So
I know exactly what fucking crossroad you went to. Like,
So basically, I have been one-legged 2 years, or 5 years longer than I was two-legged.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
That is crazy.
It is crazy.
And
Like
you
I said,
probably never thought you'd live this long, did you?
and at
Fuck
that
no.
time, you had the
And that was
fucking
before I got
midget
hurt.
fucking
And that was before I got hurt, because when you're a teenager, you
Oh,
see
yeah.
somebody who's 30, you're like, oh my god, you're fucking old. You'll never live that
I'm
long.
30.
I'll never live that, it's like,
I'm
I'll never live
30.
that long.
I got a couple more months and I'll be there too.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'll never
yeah.
make it that long. But then
I
this didn't
sneezed
happen.
the other
And
day.
you still made it.
I sneezed the other day. My back fucking popped and was on the couch for a
Oh, I
day
do that. It
and a
feels
half,
good.
like,
So, like I said, so now, my take on birth, so my actual birthday is a little ways away, and I will be, in fact, be 50. But my take on birthdays is different than everybody else's, because everybody else, when you reach a certain age, you look at birthdays like, ah, fuck, another one. My outlook is, holy fuck, shitballs, I made it.
Yeah, me too. That's how I am.
Especially after the past few years with crazy shit that I've gone through. So,
Oh yeah, for
you know,
sure.
So, I mean, yes, I have made it once again.
I mean, hell, in the amount of time we've done, well, even before we've done the show, there has been not countless, 3 or 4 times to the point where we're like, I was like, where's Brian? I'm like, he might be dead. I don't know. He might be.
Yeah, that was 20,
Give me another hour. I'll get a phone call, but I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
that was 2016. That was when things
That
got
was
super
bad.
sketch. So
That was
2016 was super sketch.
that was when we were at. We didn't find out that it was like 2 days before that. We were at
Yeah, you guys.
Silver Springs.
Yeah, you
We were
guys.
at
Yeah, you
Silver
guys went
Springs.
to Silver Springs. I didn't make it.
And all
I
of a
was,
sudden, we're like, "Where's Brian?" And all of a sudden, Brett was like, yeah," and we're like, "What the fuck?"
so.
And then,
And
he
then, of course,
There
and then there
it
was,
is.
like I said, then there was 2 years ago where I was absent for a bit because I had, my
literally me, him, and Sabrina were at a fucking New Year's Eve party, and the next fucking day, he's in a fucking coma, and it's like, what?
No, like I said, it was.
It was medically induced,
Yeah,
but still, it was one of those.
No,
like,
that was
what?
that was 2016. So yeah, 2016. I felt really bad on New Year's Eve, and then kind of got a little bit better, and then went back to my doctors, and then
We were
really,
heading
and
to,
then
it was when we were heading to Silver Springs.
it was coming up on Silver
late
Springs weekend.
January.
It's coming up on Silver Springs weekend, and then I really started feeling bad. Went to the hospital, and after a couple of days, the doc's kind of looking me over, like, "Well, we think you're all right." So they kicked me back home, and then
That was the
couple
day
days-
before.
a couple days later, right before Silver
Yeah,
Springs,
like that, like
I was-
Wednesday or Thursday.
I was feeling really rough. Back in the hospital I went, and then they started really looking at things, and then they kind of came to the conclusion, like, yeah, you're way more fucked up than we can deal with. You got to go somewhere else. Ended up going to Shands, and then that's when shit really fucking went south. And yeah, I was out of it I was in the hospital for a month and a half that
Oh,
time.
that was your intestinal thing, right?
Yeah, I was in the hospital for like
Yeah,
a
but
month
that was
and a half.
but they put you into the medical coma.
Well, yeah, I ended up in a coma because
Yeah,
I
'cause it
went
was one of
sepsis.
those,
Basically,
like,
I ended up with sepsis, and that
Oh
Nearly
my
killed
god.
me.
We knew we went
Yeah,
to,
that can.
went to Shands and all that, and that was Friday morning. And then Saturday we were at Silver Springs, and we were with Brett and Russ, and Brett's like, yeah, he's in a coma. I'm like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah.
Yeah,
he's
so
in
that was a
coma.
month and a half in the hospital, and that was quite a bit of recovery after that. That was pretty invasive, multiple surgeries to
You
sort
got
of.
skinnier than I was.
Yeah, I dropped like 28 pounds.
No, I know somebody who got in a bad motorcycle accident a few years ago, and they did where he had like a split in his lower intestines that wasn't like warranting sewing, but they had like a sponge around it,
Yeah.
and it ended up leaking, and he got sepsis.
It's no joke, man. That shit
No, it's
will.
not. Yeah.
No
It can
joke
fuck-
at all.
My grandfather got sepsis before he passed away too, and it will, within 5 minutes, you can
Yeah,
be sitting
yeah.
here like this, and then
I know.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So,
it's bad to have.
That's
So
fucking
yeah, so
crazy.
like I said, so they
That's why we don't. Well, I mean, we joke around with Brian, but like when it comes to like when Brian's like, yeah, I'm not feeling
Well, no,
it, like,
well,
hey,
see,
did
and
you go
that-
to the doctor.
Well, and that's the problem with fire. Fire makes a lot of things like
Well,
melt
and that's-
together and weld. Like
and-
you have the wrong parts get
and
welded
that is, and
inside.
that is kind of the thing. It was literally very delayed issues from what happened in 1995.
Right.
So that's what kind of what happened. And then that triggered off other things, which sort of came to a head 2 years ago. And-
that was when we were at Heckman's house for
Yeah, that was
for
New Year's Eve
We
in
did
Heckman's.
New Year's Eve. New Year's brought
and
it
it took
in.
and it took like a
and
couple. It was like,
two-
it took a couple
it
of
was
weeks
about
after
the
that when I
fourth-
was.
Well, not even the fourth. You went in.
No, it was later than that because I'd spent a week and a
Well,
half.
no,
I'd spent a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, dicking around with my local doctors here, trying to figure out what was going on, and then I just like, all right, what point do I just say fuck it and just go back to Shands and have the team up there kind of take a look, and went up there. They kept me for 4 days.
Yeah, because that's
They
when
kept-
you watched wonderful. Did I ever tell you about my wife in Atlanta incident?
So
you
anyway-
watched that live on.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I
Good
was
bed.
I was there for that one. I was there for the wife and
Yeah,
Atlanta.
you
I
were.
wasn't there for the great cat. The cat.
Oh,
hunt.
the cat hunt. It was
The
the
cat
original,
hunt was
the
one.
cat
So
hunt.
anyway, so they kept me up there for like 3 days, 3.5 days, something like that. You know, lots, or almost a week. Lots of antibiotics and all that shit because they figured out they thought what was going on was going on. Lots of antibiotics and everything else. Things started to look better, so they kicked me back home. Literally left Shands, got back here, had some dinner, took a shower, and then everything went freaking wrong. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. And so, back up here, explained the whole thing, and I said, honestly, guys, you should probably just send me to Shands. But I'm here because of everything else that happened. If something starts going worse, I'd rather have it here than halfway
Back at home,
you know,
yeah,
than
or
either
yeah.
back at home or on the road in Williston or whatever. I'd rather,
Right.
if shit's gonna go wonky, I'd rather have it happen here, or you can stabilize me and send me up to Shands. You know, and they're like, okay, so back up to Shands I went, and then got the diagnosis of what I've actually got going on. So then I had to go through a bunch of stuff there, and I was there for again close to a week. And then they had to do the intravenous feeding thing, and that lasted 3 or 4 months. And so I couldn't eat anything for a while. And like I said, I was dealing with all the issues, and they basically had to do that to try to get my insides to sort of heal up some and then calm down. And then pretty much a year and 2 months later, which was last year, I ended up having surgery to sort of correct everything that had happened the year before.
At least they were able to correct it.
So far I'm doing all right. But
But I still got my dad.
so far I'm doing all right.
Still got my dad. And on that note, let's go
No,
to
I
Dad's
did not have sex with a dwarf 29 years ago.
I'm adopted.
Sure.
So.
Maybe she wasn't a dwarf. Gene Skip.
It's true. It's possible.
He adopted me.
No,
He
no,
felt
no,
bad. He
no.
saw the little
He,
dog
no,
in the
he,
window.
no, he,
Like,
he
you know
banged.
what? I'm gonna adopt
No, he
this
he
motherfucker.
banged her. He didn't. And the little troll that came to haunt him. Sorry, you're the troll.
So I basically created a trunk monkey.
Pretty much. Anyway, bring a trailer.
I'm gonna enter.
Are you want to show him picture? Or are you able to show him pictures? Or
No, I'll let him look at pictures. Both sides. I haven't even brought the thing up on my phone.
all right.
I can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you ready for the fucking glory that this is?
Yes. Ah!
Feast your eyes
That's it.
on the pure
Okay.
beauty.
Yeah, I need to bring up the actual the
Ah!
Yeah.
Look Look at that side decal.
Like I said, I only saw the pictures, and it was like the day it went up for sale.
No, isn't that? Oh, it's a Chevy.
And it's like original too.
Is it an actual 4x4?
Yes, it is.
And it's like it's actually unmolested. It's
I
not
love
redone.
that fucking roll bar.
It's got little rusty spots and
And
everything.
look at the wagon wheels. I fucking love those wagon wheels.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at it.
Oh, look at the spare tire.
Beautiful.
Okay, so what we have here is a 1980 Chevrolet Love 4x4 4-speed pickup. Trucklet, if you will. 79,000 miles
It's a
shown.
Chevy Trucklet.
1.8 liter inline 4-speed manual transmission.
Yes.
Dual range transfer case. Blue paint with multi-tone decals. Blue vinyl upholstery. Recently serviced air conditioning. Bluetooth compatible Pioneer CD stereo. Aftermarket roll bar. Refinished 14-inch steel wheels. New tires. Locking front hubs. Weber carburetor. Fiberglass dash cover. Replacement carpeting and service record.
Now, it's a single Weber or is
Yeah,
it
the single Weber.
sell a single barrel?
Kind of like a 2-barrel stuck on a adapter manifold.
Okay.
It also had some other new parts, like I said in the pictures I saw that it had new ball joints and tie rod ends and stuff
Yeah,
like that
but
thrown
still.
into it. It looked like the CV axle boots in the front were new. It's not perfect. It's got some, it's got some paint
No,
chips.
but
It's got some rub spots on it.
Oh yeah, that's
The decals are replacement decals. So
11.3.
Oh, tubular rear bumper with a tow bar, along with the aftermarket air conditioner, or the aftermarket roll bar. Towing mirrors. The truck was said to have spent time in California and Arizona before it was acquired in October of 2021. Subsequent work included service of the air conditioning system and conversion of R134A
It's not
refrigerant.
rusty. That's like surface. That's
Yeah, look at the underside of it. That's
like
that's
the
a solid.
California, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah, that's a
like,
solid. Replacement of the carpeting, dashboard cover, decals, tires, and
Sorry.
suspension components.
So you said what? 11.
11.3.
So it is now offered with
Yeah.
manufacturer's literature, recent records, and a clean Arizona title in the separate.
Yeah, I don't want to price tag you like out, man, because I
No,
think
do it. Fuck it, do
no,
it.
because seriously, 11.3 is a really damn good thing for this.
So obviously you've seen the
Yeah.
that I showed. There's more. There's some scratches on the door, on the passenger side door, stuff like
Okay.
that.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I was feeling 13 before.
So it's
but-
not-
Well, no, like
it's not a perfect truck, but as you can see, there's no rust on this thing, and
so I really want to go about 13 and 14, so I'm gonna go 14 plus. 11.3,
11.3,
14.1.
$10,100.
Yeah, but that's a good one. See, I was
that's a
around
great-
there. I didn't want to
Dude, I
fucking.
If I had the money,
I didn't
I'd pay.
want-
I'd pay
didn't
10
wanna-
for that.
No, yeah, that is a damn good deal. Even at 15,000, that's a damn good fucking deal.
Yeah, that is a clean.
is a good-
a
Even
super
at
clean
That's
looking
sweet
even at
fucking love.
15,000, I would buy that. And I'm not a Chevy person, but I
Well, with the Suzuki.
But yeah, but still, I fucking love those. And
Yeah.
at 15 grand, I would fucking buy that thing instant.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would.
I mean, yeah, that's a solid truck.
Well, shit.
That's a 10-1. Kind of got to say well bought on that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think
And
that's
honestly,
a
because
perfect
almost every love truck I've ever seen in person has been a rusted shitbox.
Yeah.
I've never seen a nice
lot. Or a drag truck.
one or a drag truck. Yeah, I've never seen a nice
Well, on that note,
one. And on that
On that
bombshell,
note,
bombshell.
on that bombshell, on this bombshell, it won't be another 2 weeks. We will see you next Friday, guys.
Next Friday, guys.
yeah,
Tune
we're
in.
trying to get our schedule kind of back in.
Yeah,
Back
so
in the
we'll
right
see you next Friday,
rotation.
guys.
Have a good night,
Have a
everybody.
good one.